Today, I have the distinct honor of introducing the very first Balkan head of state to appear at the APAC Policy Conference. President Aleksandar Vучić of the Republic of Serbia has overseen a dramatic expansion of relations with Israel during his time in office. He joins us today to share his thoughts on Serbia's growing ties with the Jewish state and reflect on his visit to Israel this past January to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz at Yad Vashem. Please join me in welcoming the President of the Republic of Serbia, His Excellency Aleksandar Vучić. Mr. President, it's so wonderful to have you with us today. We thank you for making this trip. Can I reflect on history for a moment? Serbia has played a very special role in Jewish history and in Zionist history. As you know, Theodor Herzl's grandparents were born in Serbia and actually remain buried there. And Serbia was the first government to endorse the Balfour Declaration. And moreover, Yugoslav personnel played a very important role in transmitting Czech arms to Israel back in 1948. How does this history and your historic role with the Jewish community of Serbia shape your relationship with Israel today?
First of all, thank you, Marvin, and on behalf of all Serbian citizens, would say shalom and good evening, and thank you for having me here in Washington, D.C. And you mentioned Balfour Declaration. It's not well known, but in December 1917, Serbian representative here to Washington, D.C., Mr. Vesnić, he was not only supporting Balfour Declaration, he was also saying that Jewish people, they don't have only right to form their own state, but the name of that new state should be Israel. He did it in 1917 during the most difficult period for Serbs in the First World War. And you mentioned Theodor Herzl. I'm very proud to emphasize the fact that 2 years ago, President Rivlin visited Serbia, and we both opened and revealed the new street in Belgrade, and we named that street after Theodor Herzl. And his grandparents were born, and they rest in peace at Zemun Belgrade Jewish Cemetery. And also the grandparents of Rabbi Alkalai used to live in Belgrade, and we have beautiful streets and beautiful synagogues in the same part of Belgrade. And there are many things that you can define as a common denominator for Serbs and Jews. We suffered the same terrible destiny in the Second World War in concentration camp Jasenovac, led by Nazi puppet state of Croatia at that time. And you have that Jasenovac inscription even in Yad Vashem today. And we have always been together throughout history, and we are supportive to each other even today. And I have to say, I'm not a very good talker, you know, but I'm going just to say a few items and few things, what we did for our friendship very recently. Apart from everything from history that was only connected Serbs and Jews, there are many things that we did recently. In 2016, we became the first country in an entire Europe that passed that Holocaust property restitution bill, which means that we pay money to Jewish municipalities when we have found properties without living heirs. And so far, we have paid more than 30 million euros to Jewish municipalities in Serbia, Belgrade, Novi Sad, and Subotica in particular. Then, wanted to say that very recently we adopted new bill on Staro Sajmište Memorial Center, which will commemorate the memory of all those Jews that were killed by Nazis in that camp in Belgrade during the Second World War, Jews, Serbs, and all the others, and that will happen in just a few years. Then I have to say that I was the only president that marked the 75th anniversary of Auschwitz liberation, displaying the flag out of the presidency building in Serbia, yellow flag with a Star of David, and with the inscription Jude. That was the way that Germans were marking Jews during the Second World War. That was their way to humiliate Jews, and this was my way to say that's a sign of pride, and we are very proud to have this flag in front of our presidency. Then there is something else that I want to announce. We have a very complex situation in our region, and you should understand all the difficulties we are facing with. But I want to say that we're trying to find the best possible way to do something officially in Jerusalem, and we're going to open very soon. Not only an office of our Chamber of Commerce, but together with our Chamber of Commerce, official state office in Jerusalem with Serbian official flag alongside with our embassy in Tel Aviv. And that's our way to showing respect to Jewish people as well. And to be very honest, I was, as I said, mentioning few items, few things, few issues that we tackled, I think, very successfully, showing the real friendship between our two nations. And I have to say that you're in the habit of listening nice words from everybody that is coming here. Everybody wants to flatter you in a way to get a sort of political, economic, or all the other types of support. But I'm very much proud saying to you that we have always been in a so good relationship with Jews throughout history that I cannot add anything more than that. We love Jewish people, we have always had great relationship, and we'll do our best to improve our relationship. And I'm profoundly grateful to all of you listening to me tonight and having me tonight.
Mr. President, I want to thank you for your inspiring remarks, your dedication to relations with Israel, your dedication to the memory and your relations with the Jewish people. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you very much. And it lasted too long for me. I had a stage fright. Thanks a lot once again. Thank you, Marvin.